All right, what's up, everybody? This edition of Road Insights, we're going to start exploring the use case of artificial intelligence within asset management, pavement management land, as I like to call it. You all know that, so let's just jump right into it. Here's the reality. Probably going to ruffle a few feathers on this one. That is not my intent. However, that's just what's going to happen here, right? Because there's a lot of mixed signals coming into our community on the advantages of artificial intelligence, the use cases, how accurate it really is. And before I really dive into all of that, not that I feel like I have to provide a lot of credibility. I think those of you that are listening to my podcast, those of you already diving into pavement management groups content, James Golden's content, you realize I'm a trusted authority in the space, and I'm not gonna steer you the wrong way. Here's the reality of it. I've actually been down the road, pun intended, of machine learning against actual asphalt distresses for the use case of artificial intelligence. And here's what I've learned. Here's what I've learned. AI is not the end all be all, number one. So if you are engaging, let's just say, for example, you're a public works department or an engineering department, or maybe you're even an engineering firm, and you're looking to leverage, you know, we all want things. I'm not trying to get off topic here too much, but we all want things, fast. We all want things, accurate. We want the best price. And what's happening is AI is going to absolutely come into this marketplace and disrupt some things. And I'm all for it. Matter of fact, PMG is leveraging AI in our solution with Road Insights as well. The difference is you don't see me leading from the front on that topic and talking about AI because it's not perfect. Here's a hint. Here's a hint. It's not perfect. Matter of fact, it's not even all that great yet. It will be. It will be. Here's what I know. There are many companies out there right now offering you an AI-based, distress-based condition assessment solution for your pavement management needs. What you have to probably ask yourself is, where did this AI learn what it's providing the values for, if you will? So that's very important. I'm not going to name drop anybody, and there's some great ones out there. But what I must say, what I feel like I'm compelled to say is, if you're leveraging an AI product in your system, in your methodology, in your practice, in your projects, you got to ask yourself, where did it come from? Number one. Number two, when we identify issues, what's the remediation process? Is there a remediation process? Matter of fact, where did this stuff come from? Is this an open data set out in the marketplace that people are just starting to grab? Go grab some video, go grab some imagery, go do some mobile mapping and apply an algorithm to it, and all your problems are solved? Well, that's not been my experience, being honest with you. Matter of fact, AI is right around 50-50. You know, there's going to be plenty of those out there. They're going to say, that guy James doesn't know what he's talking about. Our AI model is spot on all the time, every time. And maybe you're right, but I've yet to see it. So what do I see? I see a lot of issues with distress recognition. It's very challenging. When you think of machine learning, okay, I'm going to use a pretty blatant, easy use case for it. If you've got an iPhone, Android, I'm not going to debate which one of those is better. I'll just start with the iPhone right here. This thing, when I take it out of the box and I start it up for the first time, one of the first things that I have to do is go through a face recognition process, right? Face ID. I now leverage that Face ID to unlock everything. It's a security feature. But what had to happen? That phone had to learn this face, all of it, all the beauty of it. This beard, this bald head, all these wrinkles. When I'm wearing sunglasses, if I got a hat on, do I have a sweatshirt on? Do I have a t-shirt on? It has to see me in multiple angles. That's why you're rotating your head. It has to see me in different outfits. It's constantly learning to make sure, yes, this is James. Let him have access to his phone. It's the same thing with roadway distress. If you've been in the game as long as I have, I'm pushing 25 years, everybody. I'm pushing 25 years. It's not as simple as, oh, look, there's alligator cracking. Oh, look, I found a depression. So my point is, as roadways age, all these different types of distresses start to intermingle with one another. And where AI struggles in a lot of cases is isolating those things to put them in the right container boxes, to properly label those for an instance that can be applied over and over again. Okay. So I'm just going to break some down in a very basic format. I am not a developer. I don't develop algorithms, but I have done machine learning. I have done a lot of labeling, tens and tens and tens of thousands of distress identifications because I feel it's important to our industry. I don't believe AI is perfect yet. I believe it will happen. I believe, heck, in the next 5, 6, 7 years, a condition assessment itself will be a commodity. You can pick one of those up anywhere. The question becomes, how am I leveraging this information? Number one, is this a trusted, verified resource of data? When I look at a roadway and it tells me that the condition is a 50, I better believe it's a 50. And let me tell you why. 50, 0 to 100 is what? It's right in the middle. If I am off by 10, 15, 20 assessment points, it's going to throw the maintenance and repair recommendation up or down. You follow me? If I have a roadway that is screaming a 50 through an AI assessment without any validation, quality control, expert analysis against it, it's going to scream, we're starting to look at structure-related issues, major maintenance and repair rehabilitation, possibly outside of mill and overlay, partial full depth repair, potential full depth reclamation, cold in place recycling. And I don't know if you're paying attention like I am, but those costs are up nearly 50% nationwide over the last 3 years. So think about that. Versus if this road is maybe a 60, 65, if maybe the distresses are predominantly climate related, guess what? I have an opportunity to save that pavement still. Even though it might look a specific way, even though it was assigned through an analysis, through AI, through a boots on the ground, it doesn't really matter. It's about validating, verifying, qualifying it for the right treatment. Because if you're looking at a full-blown pavement management program, the goal isn't to just throw a bunch of pretty colors on a map and give you some percentage points of what's good, fair, poor. That's easy. Everybody can do that in this day and age. It's the qualification of maintenance and repair activities that is of the utmost importance. It's understanding your backlog. It's understanding where the opportunities live for you to optimize, maximize. That's what this is all about. Because guess what? Your $2 million budget, your $1 million budget from 3 years ago, yeah, you need to double that just to keep up. That's where we're at right now. And if you haven't done that over the last few years, your network has declined. And again, the easy part is to get a rough concept of the conditions. The hard part, the challenging part, is making sure that data is qualified and it's verifying what type of maintenance activities you should be performing. Going back to that quick example, if I'm at a 50 and it's truly a 50 and I need to mill and overlay that roadway, I'm probably staring at $18 a square yard, $15 to $18 a square yard, somewhere in the neighborhood. Depends on what part of the country you're in. However, if I'm off and that road is truly a 30 or a 40, you can double the number because now I'm going to go into full depth reclamation mode. The other side of that, if this pavement is not as bad as this assessment is telling me, well, guess what? I can probably save it still, and now I can perform the proper type of maintenance and repair activity, preventative preservation, for $9 a square yard. So think about that. That's the food for thought today. Again, not designing this to ruffle a lot of feathers, but it probably will. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to comments to the point where I'll even come on a podcast with somebody else. We can have a debate, have a discussion. It's all for the better of our industry, everybody. We have to realize that just because something is thrown at your face at $100 a mile, $150 a mile, hell, $300 a mile, and you're being told that it's going to solve all your problems, you have to realize that that's not it. You're still getting the expert analysis. There's a lot of this conversation out there that AI is going to take your job. It's coming after all your jobs, everybody. AI, it's here. It's taking after everyone's job. The reality is, well, kind of true, but AI is here. It may not take your job, but if you are not paying attention to the proper use case, how to understand it, leverage it, and use it, it will. It will. It will. Absolutely will. AI will 100% eradicate boots on the ground condition assessments in the very near future. What it will not eradicate tomorrow overnight is how to apply the proper logic to fully optimize, maximize your opportunities, and improve your overall community. If you have the power of your expertise, your knowledge base from your locality, mixed design engineering, maintenance and repair activities, product, as well as how to properly leverage what the AI offering is, now you've got something. Hope this added some value to your infrastructure consumption today. Again, I hope this actually becomes well received. Time's going to tell. We'll see what happens here. But until the next one, pave the way.